I was out in the streets. I was talking to everybody. I made my flyers, and I made $30,000 my first 30 days. I'm a problem solver. You come to me with your help, I'm going to help you. Like these women, they come in, they're homeless. They came in from divorce, bad relationships. Me help assisting on closing on these $1 million homes. And knowing where that person came from, I'm like, wow. I mean, I've really changed lives and I see my work. If you really want it, you got to go out there and get it because nobody's going to give it to you.
I am so excited about today's podcast because you're going to meet someone who's done what most people think is impossible. Because my guest today is Paranda Davis. She started from nothing and grew her credit repair business to over $1 million. And she's inspired thousands along the way. She has a huge social media following. She knows the hidden tricks to removing negative items. And today, she's giving away her best secrets. So please welcome to the podcast, the one, the only, Paranda Davis. Hey, Paranda.
Hello. Daniel, Ken, hello, everyone. Thank you, Credit Repair Cloud. Oh, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing 12 years.
Congratulations on the Millionaires Club Award. How does it feel?
It feels great. I feel like, you know how before you leave this earth, it's something like a goal that you got to achieve. Because I really, really worked so hard in this business, the credit repair industry. And I just felt like I deserved it and I got it. And I'm excited. I'm washing it every day, wiping it down. It even went to bed with me. I slept with it one night.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I slept with you one night. So it's amazing. It's a very big milestone for me. I'm just like really speechless right now, you know.
Also, what's amazing is you're one of our original credit heroes. You've been using Credit Repair Cloud since the very beginning when CRC was just me in my kitchen. If you wrote a support ticket back then, it was just me answering, pretending to be Tammy. Did you ever hear from Tammy?
No.
Well, then you probably didn't have support issues. But
It's been over a decade. Like I remember like everything. And I just seen you grow as well. So we both grew together.
last time we saw you, you mentioned that one of the biggest reasons you got into credit repair was to help people, including helping people to get into the business of credit repair.
Correct.
So now you're a mentor too.
Yes, I am. I help a lot of people get into this business and help them grow their business as well. And they're doing well, they're doing good. So they're going to be coming up soon.
Well, what's one piece of advice that you'd give to someone who wants to do what you've done?
One is just stick by it. You know, it's going to take some time. Just remember it's numbers. Another thing is just to make sure that you always stay in compliance. Just don't give up. Just keep going. When it get rough, just keep going.
Last year, we talked a lot about how you got your start as a credit hero. Can you summarize your story for people who didn't see that episode?
How I got into the credit industry is that, being a single parent. I just got tired of chasing my baby fathers, for child support. I really, it was just like I was harassing them when I wasn't harassing them. And it was just time for a change. I had to just step up to the plate, stop worrying about, getting the funds from them. And I just had to boss up. I was like, I'm not chasing nobody for that. I'm not that person to be chasing nobody. That's just not me. So I just had to boss up. I had a conversation with my cousin and my significant other at the time. And they was very supportive. And whenever I got into it, I did my research. I did a business analysis and I Googled you guys, and you guys was the only one that came up. And I went into the business. I started getting clients real quick. I was out in the streets. I was talking to everybody. I made my flyers, and I made $30,000 my first 30 days. And then as the months went by, it got even better. People started talking about me. People started purchasing homes. I even went out to the shelter and they brought homes from the shelter. So it was amazing. I mean, I've really changed lives and I see my work.
Okay, since we last spoke, I want to know what's been your biggest moment of, oh, wow, I can't believe this happened.
Whenever like me help closing, assisting on closing on these $1 million homes and knowing where that person came from, I'm like, wow. I even called, one of my clients back and I was like, did you just really close on my house? you know? She said, yeah, Paranda, there's something you need to tell me. I said, no, I'm just asking. I'm just. So I'm like, wow, like you did it. Like these women, they come in, they're homeless. They came in from divorce, bad relationships, abusive relationships, lost it all. And then I just helped them, gain everything back.
Last time, also, you talked about how you did a lot of things by yourself
hmm
and it took you a while to grow a team. How big is your team now?
My team is still about a five, about
Mhm.
5 people. It took me a minute because I had to go through a couple of bad apples to get to some great apples. They come and they go. You got some that they slack at certain things, and you have to hire and train the other ones. But right now, I have some very, very, very loyal employees, and I'm very thankful. And they've been with me for like 4 years, so they've been hanging in there.
What was the exact moment you realized you had to just let go and trust your team?
Well, in order for me to grow, I just had to just, I hire someone that I trust that could oversee my team, manager, operations. I had to really focus on other things that I have going on in other businesses as well as a credit repair business, too. But in order for me to grow, I had to stop working so hard within a company and start, working smart, you know. I had to duplicate myself by training people to do what I do so I can get on a higher scale in my company. If I didn't do that, I think I'd still be working hard, probably stressed out right now. But now it's smooth.
And that's why you have the time now to do all the social media.
Exactly.
How do you stand out? Because you're still getting clients today, and there's a lot of credit card companies out there. Like, how do you differentiate yourself?
Just word of mouth. That's the only thing that I have.
And do you do any strategies to incentivize your current clients to refer other family and friend to you?
I let them know. I give them that wow effect. So whenever I do their credit, they're like, wow, like this stuff really works, and they see it. So they're gonna talk. When I do one round, oh yeah, it's just like a tornado came through. It's this, whoosh. They're gonna tell everybody. Referrals are the best ones.
We could tell you treat your clients right. I mean, you have 4.7 stars on Google, and there's tons of amazing, amazing reviews. So
I love what I do. I'm passionate what I do.
you talk a lot about how you give really personal, really amazing customer service, and that's what really drives your growth of your business. You have tons of referrals. Is there anything that you've trained your team to do to so it's not all on you to really exemplify this level of service that you're looking for?
We don't miss phone calls. If we do, call them back. We're on top of our emails. We're on top of our faxes. Like, stay on top of it. Customer satisfaction, and we believe in integrity. Those are the things. Our customer is what take care of us. So we have to take care of them as well. So I'm like really, really big on it. If I miss a phone call or forgot, and they said, "Prank, you forgot." No, I didn't. Just I'm human. We are human and things happen. But just I always tell them, if you don't hear from us, if you see something that you got a question about, come on, contact me. I do have a team. You can contact us, 11 to 7, 1-800 number. I always have someone to answer the phone there. Customers is our number one. We believe in integrity.
Besides answering questions when customers come and reach out to you, is there anything you're proactively doing to reach out to your customers to let them know when things happen or other things to ensure that they're well communicated with?
Yeah, I'm big on emails because emails give me the time, it gives me the date, it gives them, hey, I reached out to you, I sent you an email, and I let them know at the beginning. Just because you don't hear from me verbally, we do send our emails. So whenever they say, hey, you did not send me an email. Yes, I did. I forward that email again. Oh, I'm sorry. I just seen it. You did. And then that kind of ends everything. So let them know that I am, even though you don't hear from me, hear from us, we communicate through the emails.
Looking back, what advice would you give to someone who's stuck in a similar situation like you were? You were working multiple jobs and wanting to break into credit repair. What advice would you give to someone like that?
Now, because back then I didn't know, I was out there searching. I would travel. I was big on networking, going to the conferences and, LA and California, meeting different people in Florida. I found my way. But moving forward, there's someone that wants to get into the industry, definitely hire you a mentor. Because when you hire a mentor, they're going to keep you from making those mistakes that they made.
How do you deal with those stall letters that the credit bureaus send?
I just be consistent. I overlook it. I tell them to throw it away.
And you just keep going.
Yeah, I just keep going. I said, as long as they got the patience, I just tell them just to hold off. I'm going to get rid of it. Just hold tight, I'm going to keep fighting for you.
Ahead of time, do you let clients know they're going to be getting these strange letters from the credit bureaus?
Yeah, I tell them just keep it for your records, but you can throw it away. I'm going to keep going. That's what you hire me for, and that's what I'm going to do. If you got the patience, I'm going to get rid of it. You got a problem, you can email me or call me. I'm right here. You hire me, I'm going to do the job.
Let's talk about social media and marketing. You're so good at this. You built this huge social media following.
I don't really talk about, credit. I think I did so much at the beginning, and I think people kind of get bored, and I may throw a little gem in there too, but I just try to just be myself so people can really get to know me because it's more personal when it comes to me.
Hey, I want to know, is there any special meaning behind you being called the credit beast?
Because I'm very, very aggressive, believe it or not. I like to get straight to the point. I don't like to sugarcoat anything. I don't like to mislead anybody. I just like to tell them this is how it is. I'm gonna create a plan out for you. It's totally up to you if you want to go by this plan or not. Because you're coming to me with your situation. I'm a problem solver. Okay, you come to me with your help. I'm going to help you. Now, you can go by this plan if you want to. If you go outside this plan, that's totally up on you. It's totally up to you. But I guarantee you, if you go by this plan, give me 12 months, you're going to be very successful at the end. You're going to get exactly what you came to me for.
Hey, earlier you mentioned telemarketing. Let's talk a minute about the TSR, because there have been some big changes to the industry with the TSR since we last spoke. How have those regulations actually helped you to build stronger trust and credibility with your clients?
Now, the clients they want, it kind of slows some things down because you can't really call them or reach out to them, things like that. So it's more like I have to, build my website like a mall, like a shopping mall. You got to drive them to there. It's just more like, I'm just trying to find different avenues how we can communicate without, getting in trouble.
What would you tell a credit repair business owner who feels overwhelmed by the compliance rules and all the new technology? And how can they turn these challenges into opportunities for growth?
Definitely take advantage of what you guys offer, what Credit Repair Cloud offers in the software. Take advantage of those, read, ask questions, get into the credit repair groups. Credit repair cloud groups, Facebook groups, and ask questions.
Business is ebb and flows. Sometimes there can be good seasons, sometimes there can be bad seasons. What helps you get through those worst times?
The holiday seasons is a good time to run specials. Then that way you can pick up your flow, keep your flow going, keep people talking.
What would be an example of a special you might run?
Right now my service is like $89, so I may go down to like $69.
Oh, walk us through like what does that look like to run a special? We've heard others in the industry do this, but I'm curious, like, how do you execute that? How do you let your clients know that this is happening, and how do you really get them motivated to to get started?
I put it on social media and here they come like flies. And then also it helps too because whenever they're like, oh my gosh, I paid $69 for this and all this stuff got deleted, they're going to talk. Paranda, are you still running that special? Well, you got like 2 more weeks. So you better come on in. So it keeps people talking. So it's good to run specials.
In your process, when you're working with your clients, um, oftentimes credit repair is not just about settling disputes. I'm curious to learn, like, what part does the client take in the process, and what are you telling them to do as part of the process as they're going through the credit repair?
I tell them to make sure that they be patient, do not worry, they're in good hands. I always tell them that. Like I said again, I'm very personal. Continue to pay all your bills, pay your credit cards down, create a savings plan because if you come to me, you want to purchase a home, you already know you're gonna need about $8,000 to $10,000 to purchase that home. Let's start saving. Like we got like 12 months to make all this stuff happen, you know. So they save their money. They rebuilding their credit at the same time. They do that, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna execute. I have credit cards that secure credit cards that they can rebuild if they don't have their credit's not good enough to get their own credit card. So I do have some rebuilder credit cards. I do have Boost Rent, and they give you like 2 years, so that helps them as well with their scores and also a little history.
And if I was a client with you, are there certain services you're recommending per client, or are you telling all your clients to sign up with these? Because I see you have a variety, like a build credit card, a builder loan, a rent reporting, Experian Boost. There's also debt consolidation services. Like I'm curious, like with all the services, is it tailored per client?
One client that they don't have, they just have everything on there. It has to come out, all negative, inaccurate information on their credit report. I tell them everything on your credit report got to come off. Now, while I'm executing, you need to rebuild. Here goes some secure credit cards that you're going to need. Get 2 or 3 of them. You can get 4, whatever you can afford. And then I have them to do the rent booster.
In order to save that money for that down payment on the house and get things paid down, do you find that you're having to change their behaviors?
Mm-hmm. I tell them, I said, you may have, you might have to work another job, pick up a part-time job, pick up a little trade to make this happen. If you really want it, you got to go out there and get it because nobody's going to give it to you. And that's exactly what I tell them. Let's have 12 months. You could just stop all of the distractions, get you another job. I don't care what it is. So then that way you can pay for that dream home you want. It can happen. It comes with a lot of discipline. And I'm telling you, that's when the beasts come out. I look them dead in their face and I say, you got to stop. If you want this to happen, you gotta stop. You got to get some discipline.
I want to ask some final questions and just say whatever pops into your head, okay? Have you ever felt like giving up?
Plenty of times.
What kept you going?
Myself. My kids not
What
listening.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received about success in business?
You're gonna fall. Get back up. Don't quit.
How has running a credit repair business changed you personally?
It changed me personally because I've changed so many lives. It's a good feeling that I have, just helping others. It's a passion that I have.
Do you think the credit bureaus make it intentionally difficult for people to repair their credit?
Of course,
Why do you think they do that?
because they know that they send you the letters. They know that a credit repair company that you're working with a credit repair company. That's why they put it out there. They know that. They're not stupid.
And I think they're in bed with the banks and they make a lot of money by keeping you down.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. But the bank don't make no money if we all have bad credit. They don't make no money. They have a higher interest rates, but they still make money like that. But we got to just be smarter.
Mm-hmm. And if you could go back in time and tell yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
hire a mentor.
And do you have any other advice for someone just starting out with a credit repair business?
Hire a mentor. Start with Credit Repair Cloud. Get into the groups, the social media groups, and network. Stay in compliance.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Paranda. You're amazing.
Thank you
Thank you.
for having me.
And how can people find you and reach out to you and learn about your services and your mentoring?
On all social media platforms, it's the Credit Beast. I'm the one and only, the Credit Beast. You can find me there.
And your website, I know, is davisfutureplanning.com.
Correct. Yep. DavisFuturePlanning.com. That's where you can find me.
And for everyone out there watching and listening, if you're finding value in the things that we share on this podcast, subscribe now and help me to get to 100,000 subscribers. Also, give me a 5-star review or share the show and help us to change more lives. And if you have a question or a comment, drop it down below because I read each and every one of them. I would love to hear from you, and I'll respond as soon as I can. And if you missed Paranda's first interview, you can check it out here. And if you'd like to improve your credit score and discover how to earn extra income repairing credit for others, check out my brand new Start Repairing Credit Challenge. Doors are closing soon, and it is completely free. So sign up right now at startrepairingcredit.com and keep changing lives.